Hey everyone, and welcome to TopThink. Today we're going to learn about 10 little habits that will save you time. Now, let's begin. No matter how much you may wish for more, 24 hours in a day is all you get. The good news is that saving time doesn't usually require big dramatic life changes. It's the small, repeatable habits, the ones that quietly shape each day, that make the biggest difference over time. When systems work for you instead of against you, time starts to feel less scarce and more manageable. It becomes your greatest resource. There are a few overarching principles of saving time. The first is that it's not just about gaining back precious minutes. It's about conserving your energy. The more intentional that you are with your energy and focus, the more of it you'll have on reserve for the tasks that truly matter, allowing you to do more with less and without distraction. And that distraction comes from clutter, both physical and psychological. Keeping your space clean, setting social boundaries, and streamlining your workflow all give you agility. You'll need to learn to say no to some things that aren't aligned with your current goals, developing a calm, focused mindset. So, without further ado, here are 10 little habits that will save you time. Number 1. Apply the Just Start rule. Procrastination is the enemy of efficiency. It's rooted in the daily stress of your life and unfounded negative beliefs about yourself. You may be hesitant to start due to fear of failure. You may be waiting for just the right moment. Or, paradoxically, you may be trying so hard to determine just the right time-saving workflow that you ultimately become paralyzed by indecision. This is where the Just Start rule comes to the rescue. If it's only going to take a few minutes, then do it now. Small tasks have a way of piling up and quietly draining mental energy when they're deferred. Knocking them out immediately prevents unnecessary backlog and keeps momentum moving forward. Or commit just 5 minutes of work to a daunting task to overcome the barrier to entry. Once the hardest part is done, that's the starting, progress often follows naturally. Even if the task doesn't get finished, 5 focused minutes still move things forward and make the next session easier to begin. Number 2. Batch similar tasks. Multitasking is a myth. It might be peddled as a pathway to efficiency. Do more than one thing at once, doubling your efforts within the same amount of time. But our brains can't process more than one task at the same time. Instead, multitasking is the act of just switching back and forth at lightning speed, leading to exhaustion, burnout, and often mistakes. To save yourself time and energy, let your brain focus on one type of task at the same time, minimizing context switching. Respond to emails and messages in 1 or 2 dedicated windows instead of checking them constantly throughout the day. Group phone calls and meetings so you can maximize your on time and spend the rest of the day in focused work mode. Run errands in a single trip rather than spreading them out across multiple days. Handle all admin tasks like filing, scheduling, invoicing, and paperwork simultaneously. Batch creative work together, like writing, brainstorming, or editing, instead of breaking it up with logistical tasks. Get those juices flowing, and this works at home too. Save chores that use similar tools or energy levels like laundry, tidying, and organizing, and knock them out in one focused block. Number 3. Practice time blocking. Batching similar tasks is efficient, but knowing when to tackle each group can take your efficiency to the next level. Write out a schedule for yourself for when each activity will happen. Enter the slots on your calendar and set alerts for start and end times. Use color coding for clarity. Block time for high-impact work, your big priorities, before taking on smaller tasks, and group similar activities to reduce cognitive switching. Theme days like Marketing Mondays or Admin Tuesdays, short focus sprints, and built-in buffer time can help maintain momentum while still allowing flexibility. Email pulls your attention into reactive mode, so schedule specific times to check and respond instead of keeping it open all day and falling into the email trap. Protecting focused blocks of time helps work move faster and with fewer interruptions. And remember, Personal non-negotiables like meals, movement, and rest belong on the calendar too. Number 4. Follow the rule of 3. If you're feeling scattered, then take 10 minutes and write down everything you have to do, big and small, personal and professional. Your to-do list might feel 2 miles long, and that's okay. Life's complicated. But relieve yourself of the pressure of having to accomplish everything right now. It only leads to frustration. Now, take that big list you just made and put it in a drawer for future reference. Now, write down the 3 things that you need to accomplish this week. Next, write down the 3 things you need to accomplish today, at least one of which should contribute to the weekly Big 3. 3 tasks in one day are attainable. The best goals are ones that you can realistically achieve. Number 5. Automate and delegate. Think about all the little things that you must accomplish throughout the day. Phone calls, emails, marketing posts, errands. Do each of these things really need your time and attention? Consider automating and delegating the have-tos that are easy and repetitive. Save your expertise for the activities that are complex and meaningful, the things that only you can do that have the biggest impact on your business. Use software to automate tasks. Simple financial transactions, social media posts, email campaigns, and analytics reporting, anything that you can set and forget. Bulk scheduling in advance can be one of your batch tasks in your time block calendar. And delegate to your team. Hand off cold calls and administrative duties to junior staff to free yourself up for more strategic tasks. Number 6. Create templates. You don't need to reinvent the wheel every time you do a repetitive task. Investing some time to develop templates now can save you more time down the line. Templates are a gift you give your future self. Identify recurring tasks, anything that you do more than twice, like client onboarding or weekly reports. Create structured frameworks with placeholders and formulas to ensure all details can be filled in accurately later. Save them clearly as templates. Number 7. Set boundaries. It's often forces seemingly beyond your control that steal your time and wreak havoc on your workflow. While you can't control the behavior of others, you can control how you react to it. Set clear boundaries with yourself and others to protect your time and respect your priorities. Set firm boundaries around the end of the workday by establishing hard stops and resisting the urge to let meetings run long. Be proactive with time blocking, use away messages when needed, and clearly communicate when you're available and when you're not, so expectations are set in advance. Consider experimenting with a phone-free morning. Delaying notifications and messages in the first part of the day can protect focus, reduce reactivity, and allow important work to be completed before external demands take over. Number 8. Don't idle while you wait. Rather than simply idling and letting the minutes slip by, use your waiting time wisely. Here are some ways to make the most of your spare minutes. Return phone calls, clear out spam emails, read a book and learn something new, meditate on a challenging problem or creative project, review your plans for the week, listen to an inspiring podcast, write in your journal, book upcoming appointments. Number 9. Clean as you go. Physical clutter has a real psychological impact. A messy space causes stress, distraction, and even feelings of hopelessness. Keep your home and workspace tidy to improve focus and make it easier to move from one task to the next. Spend the time now to do a major cleanup, recycle unneeded papers and file the rest, organize loose items into drawers and cups, create a labeling system to find things easily, make your bed, put away laundry, and wash the dishes. There, that's better. Now, the trick is to keep things this tidy. Make quick, gentle cleaning a habit. Clean as you go rather than letting the mess pile up. Put items back where they belong as soon as they're no longer in use. Wiping surfaces, filing papers, and doing small tidying tasks as you pass by the space help prevent clutter from accumulating and turn cleaning into a background habit rather than a disruptive chore. Reset your spaces in real time. Number 10. Have a weekly reset ritual. Set a time every week to take stock. Review your practices, time blocking, templates, completed tasks, and missed priorities. How'd it go? What worked well? What could you improve? Adjust next time as needed. For some, this ritual may be best completed on Friday, as the work week ends and the day is fresh in your mind. Processing information and setting goals for next week could help you let them go so you can fully enjoy the weekend. For others, the ritual might be energizing on a Sunday, giving you goals to look forward to and inspiration for the week ahead. The goal, either way, is to reduce your mental load by getting everything out of your head and onto paper or a calendar. Use this time to set clear priorities, to plan the upcoming week, and note what's already working well. Adding a brief gratitude practice, acknowledging progress, wins, or moments of ease, can help close out the week with perspective and set the stage for future success. Hey, thank you for watching TopThink, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.